Everyone knows the Bengals need to add a starting right tackle just in case they can't get one in the draft after Jonah Williams left in free agency. And well, they may be making a big addition. Hi again, everyone, and welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com. ESPN's Adam Schefter, the first to report that Trent Brown will visit the Bengals. He is on his way to Cincinnati on Monday night. We'll meet with the team on Tuesday, the front office, the coaching staff, probably Joe Burrow, as they discuss a potential signing. And look, Trent Brown is probably the best option left on the free agent market. He was really one of the best options for this Bengals team throughout free agency when you look at a plug and play right tackle. He has experience at left tackle, at right tackle. He's set to be 31 or turn 31 years old on April 13th. And you look at his grades and his numbers, and it resembles what the Bengals would hope to get at this stage of free agency. He's not going to break the bank. His contract wouldn't prevent them from going after one of these top tackles in the 2024 NFL draft with their first round pick, or certainly with their second round pick. And yet, if they don't land one early in the draft, well, Trent Brown can be your day one starter. He can be a guy that you put there at right tackle and you trust him to play at a high level. You look at some of his Pro Football Focus grades, and he performed well this year overall with an 80.2 overall grade, 73 overall as a pass blocker. A few years ago, when he last played right tackle for the Patriots, he earned a 82.5 overall PFF grade for pass blocking. And you just look at it, he's been really consistent. There's a lot of green there for Trent Brown. Had a couple of rough years when he joined the Raiders, but when he's been with the Patriots, he has been solid, consistent. He has dealt with some injuries. There's no doubt about that. But if you're the Bengals and you're looking at what's out there, I think Trent Brown would make a ton of sense, especially because they brought in Mekhi Becton. They brought in Tier Tart for visits. And while I think that there's some interest there, I also think they talked to those guys and then they said, all right, let's see if Trent Brown's interested in coming here, because he is the best option. And he's the best option for a plug and play player. Now, does he have the upside that Mekhi Becton has? Probably not. Mekhi Becton is 24 years old and a former first round pick. He was 20 when he got drafted in 2020. And you look at Trent Brown, former seventh rounder, but he is giant, okay? 6'8", 370 is what he's listed at. To give you an idea of what Orlando Brown Jr. is, he's 6'8", he's listed at 340. So there's a big gap at maybe 345. Regardless, Orlando Brown Jr. is listed much differently than a guy like Trent Brown. And so you would have the Browns on each side protecting Joe Burrow. I think it makes a ton of sense. One, from a marketing standpoint, I mean, you can't go wrong, right? You could go with the Twin Towers, you could go with the Browns, you could go with all of these different things. Two, putting two big, powerful pass blockers on the edge, it makes a lot of sense. It would line up with what the Bengals have done. And again, money-wise, he's not going to break the bank. He's still unsigned at this stage of free agency, which means you might be able to lock him up for 2 years and $13 million, $14 million, something like that. And that's what I would do. If I'm the Bengals, I would try to sign him to a 2-year deal if they do deem it's a fit, if they do think that this is a deal that should come to fruition. And it's pretty simple. He can play left tackle and right tackle. So pay him swing tackle money. If one of these rookies that you draft, and I expect them to draft multiple offensive linemen, certainly an offensive tackle, if one of those rookies emerges and takes the starting job, that's fine. Have Trent Brown as your backup, backing up Orlando Brown Jr. and that rookie. And that doesn't necessarily have to be in 2024. It could mean in 2025 as well. I totally get this signing. I totally get the interest. It makes a ton of sense. And I would expect the deal to come together, because why wouldn't it? I think it's really rare when you get a player like this at this stage of his career. He knows the situation. He knows what the Bengals are looking for. He has an idea of what the money's probably going to be. He has a chance to win here in Cincinnati. He knows he's going to be pass protecting in a pass first offense. And he knows that there's a starting job open here in Cincinnati with that right tackle spot. So we are going to have you covered. Trent Brown Watch is officially here. And of course, we'll have you covered. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. Check out all of our other videos, by the way. We were there for the Ted Karras St. Tattie's Day event, and we got to talk to him throughout the tattoo happening. Literally, he's getting the tattoo. And well, we were interviewing him during it. It was really good insight on the conversation he had with Joe Burrow, on the donations, on the fan base just embracing him in this cause for the village of Marici. And if you want to learn more, make sure you go to thecincyhat.com. But check out that video. Check out all of our free agent stuff. Sheldon Rankins was awesome today as well. And we're going to have you covered when it comes to Bengals free agency right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. For Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapien. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing right here on CBT.